Good stuff. Okay. So, next up, we have, let's see here. We have the deathless. All right. So number 10 in the turn order. We're 2/3 of the way through now. Number 10 in the turn order, the deathless. So they're going to take the use asset ability. Okay. And they're going to do a bunch of things. So first of all, let's do these one at a time. Okay. First of all, activate the shipping combine on Dio Mikado to move the monopolies and itself to Orpheus for 5 faction credits. Okay. All right. So 5 fact. Let's give them their money first. Deathless, you get your 5. That brings you up to 70. Then it costs you 5, brings you down to that. Okay, good. And then switch to Deathless here. And we're going to move Deathless. Here we go. Okay. Is there a way, spreadsheet-wise, for me to sort by column A and then secondarily sort by column O? Like, can I say, show me all the deathless, and then within the deathless, sort by, how do I do that with, I mean, I'm sure there is, but how do I do it with this, now that I've sorted it this way, do the second one and then the first? So like do O and then sort A. Oh yeah, there you go. Awesome, thank you. That makes sense. Okay, now they're all clustered up. So here's all of our Dio Mikado stuff. So we're moving Monopoly, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are moving the shipping combine as well. So these all go to Orpheus. Right? Okay. And that costs them their 5 fat creds. Got it. Okay, so those all go to Orpheus. Then they're going to activate. Let's see here. Activate 4 times Monopoly versus House Lyra. Okay. So each Monopoly drains 1 fat cred, I believe. I think that's how they work. Yeah, 1 fat cred each. Okay, so the Monopolies, they show up. They drain 4 fat creds from House Lyra. So that brings Lyra down to 21, 20, 17. Okay. Oh, yeah, and they get them. The Deathless get those credits. So it brings them up to 69. Nice. Okay. We're here for Nicholas lunch money. Oh, you bullies. Okay, all right. So it's House Lyra. So +4 fat creds. -4 Lyra. Okay. And then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to move their activate the extended theater on Demnoth to move post-tech infantry on Demnoth to Hakani. And I believe they have permission for this. Let me double check. Oh, look at that. There it is. Yep. Planetary government of Hakani, Fornix grants the Deathless planetary permission to travel to Hakani. So they get permission. So that costs them 1 faction credit. Bring them down to 68 dudes. So that brings them down 1. They have permission to land. Let's move that asset. So this is from Demnoth, post-tech infantry. Did I get the right one? Infantry. Hakani. Okay. There we go. And then they are going to activate the mercenary ability. The mercenary ability, which is their ability to move post-tech infantry from Hakani to Orpheus. Now, this is a maybe because this also requires permission. Permission is denied. So permission denied by PGov. So Lyra has denied them permission, but because of corruption, we have a ruling for this. So I believe it's, here we go. When moving an asset with the P tag to an area with government permission, you must roll a d6 and lose that many fact creds. If they're unable to pay it, they retain the credits, but they don't move. It's per asset. So they just lose a d6 of fact creds when they move it there. Yes, an asset can be moved by another asset and then also move itself with the mercenary tag. Yeah. Okay, so they're going to lose a d6. All right. So they lose 2 fat creds. Okay. By peak of -2 fat creds. So about 20,000 credits in bribes to various corrupt officials. Brings them down to 66. God, and it's so fucked up too because that's money they stole from Lyra. Right? Like they showed up on Lyra. They used their monopolies to squeeze House Lyra's economy. They take that money, they feed it back to corrupt politicians to allow them to land infantry on the planet. Okay, and then they are going to activate their. They've got a couple of quick things to activate at the end here. So let's do that. All right, activating the pre-tech logistics on Demnoff to build zealots. So it costs them 9 fat creds. So back down to 57. There we go. All right, let's give them their zealots. Nope. Deathless zealots on their summoning sickness. There we go. And they have Demnoff as their home. Okay, there we go. And then activating post-tech industry on Chippy. So post-tech industry on Chippy, what does that do? There it is. Roll a d6. Right, just don't get a 1. Okay. Okay, they got a 2, which gives them what, 1 credit? Industry. Yeah, 1 fat credit. Okay. All right. Roll the 2, gain +1 fac cred. Good, good. Okay, all right. So Deathless, you get up to 58. Not quite as sexy. And at the end of their turn, I have an announcement to play from the Deathless. Are you ready? Let me just turn the volume down because I'm not sure how loud this is going to be because it's
and
the
now
Deathless.
for a recording from the chapel aboard the DCS 7 megatons of metal, the host ship of Deathless Deathcom. When I was a young boy, my father took me out to Koche to see a starving land. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be a soldier of the Deathless or honor of the gold? He said, will you complete them, your contracts, and meet your clients' needs, the plans that they have made, because one day I'll leave you, a phantom to lead you in the summer, to offer up your name.
Hot damn. Nicely done. Thank you, Deathless. Awesome. All right. So next up we have the House of Ocula. So House of Ocula. So let's start them off. They are number 11. Okay. All right. Now, was that was like a Deathless cover of something, right? I didn't recognize the tune. I just was excited about the choral singing. What was that? Was that a cover of some song that I should have known? It just sounded like a badass. It's a My Chemical Romance song. Nice. Good, excellent. Cool. You're all a bunch of nerds. All right, so let's give them their money, and we'll turn Ocula around here. So they start with 6. They gain 1, which brings them up to 7. They're going to take a new goal. They're going to take inside enemy territory. Okay, so inside enemy territory. Take control of a planet. No, I need to update this. That's C's planet. Let me run my helper here. There you go. This is the planting. It's planting assets on an enemy planet, right? Why aren't you updating? Update notes. Okay, well, whatever. It's broken. I'll figure it out later. Okay, all right. So let's see. Inside enemy territory, they've got that. And they're going to take the buy asset ability. So they're going to go ahead and buy asset. So goal inside enemy territory. And then action, buy asset. I'm beginning to see their larger plan. I'm seeing the plans within plans here, Ocula. So they're going to buy stealth for their surveyors on Dio Mikado. Okay, so let's go find those surveyors. Where are you? House Aquila. There we go. Okay, surveyors on Dio. Okay. And they are now stealthed. The DCS post-tech industry moved to Orpheus? I don't think it did. It was the post-tech... Oh, the infantry. Yes. Yeah, they did. Did I not move them? Let me double check. Thank you for catching that. Sorry, Aquila. We're going to put a pin in it for just a second. I'll get you your cost in a sec. I think I missed something. I was so eager to listen to that singing. Post-tech inventory. Oh, that's right. There it is. Yeah, it didn't get moved again from Hakani. There it is. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks, numbers. All right. And then that costs Aquila 2 to bring them down to 5. And that is their turn. Thank you, House Aquila. Moving right along, the Democratic Mandate. Now, if you're watching this, if the time zone you were watching this in, if it is late, if you have been up a while, or if you just got up in the morning, I'll get your announcement in a second. Wake up. Just like as we ready for the DM's turn, give your face a little slap, drink a coffee, get ready. Because the end of the Democratic Mandate, their turn, if you're not already asleep, it will lull you off to sleep. It will carry you in a bed made of pillows off to dreamland. But we'll get there in a second. First, yeah, let me run Aquila's. There's so many announcements this turn. Let me run Aquila's announcement.
Intercepting classified communique. Please enter Legion credentials. Credentials accepted. Decoding transmission. Enter failsafe. 5, 4, 3. Transmission unlocked.
Tango, Hotel, Echo, Delta, Echo, Charlie, Kilo, India, Sierra, Sierra, Echo, Tango.
All call signs. This is the dealer. The deck is set. I repeat, the deck is set.
This is very well made. Ominous as fuck. Very, very well made, though. Like the keyboard and like nice sound engineering. Good job, Aquila. Dangerous business. Woo. That was very slick. Cool. Thank you. Okay. All right. So with that ominous shiver. Yeah. Did anybody catch those alpha codes? I had the first few and then I got turned around. I didn't get a chance to listen to it. Oh, the deck is set. Okay, cool. Yeah. Good. Awesome. All right. Let's do Democratic Mandate. So this turn is the Prime Act of 3201, the Proactive Reform for Improving and Modernizing Education Act. So this is number 12, the Prime Act of 3201. Let's give the Democratic Mandate their faction credits. So they have 1 now. They get 6, brings them up to 7. They're going to set their new goal to expand influence. All right. So they're going to expand influence. And the action is going to be to activate their covert shipping and then take the expand influence action. So let's do that. All right. Here we go. Okay. So what this means is they're going to move surveyors from Atasina to Prime. Interesting. Okay. So democratic mandate. Here we go. Surveyors from Atasina to Imperial Prime. Okay. That costs them 1 faction credit. Thank you, democratic mandate. There we go. And then they're going to expend influence to build a 3 hit point base of influence on Imperial Prime for 3 faction credits with surveyors. Now I checked in with, and we'll double check now. Let's go see what's on Prime. All kinds of exciting things are on Prime, like Jack Ryan. All right, Crux, Fornax, Pixis. And Pixis and Crux both chose not to, yes, they use covert shipping to move them. Yeah. Pixis and Crux chose not to contest. House Fornax is issuing a contest order, but can't do anything with it. They would like you to know that it is purely on principle. House Fornax contests on principle, but can't actually fight back. But they want you to know if they could, they would, but they can't. So they're not going to, but they want to, but they can't. So they wanted you to know. Okay. All right. So let's charge them for their democratic mandate, brings them down to 3. Let's build them a new base. All right. So this is a base of influence for the democratic mandate. Base of influence at 3 hit points on Imperial Prime. Okay. And I mean, technically it's new, but whatever. Okay. So it's got summoning sickness, and I believe that completes the goal for them, right? They get their 1 experience. Quick mandate. +1 if the attempt is contested by a rival faction. Do they get 2 experience? It only counts if the fight happens. Thank you. Yes, Bradley. That's what I was about to check. Let's write the word contest in here and we will double check. Let's see. Choose a contest. You must make an attack action. If you contest and fail, no attack is possible. There's a secretive tag. Yeah, it's just the 1 experience. It has to be a real threat. Yeah. But still, they get their experience, brings them up to 5. That clears their goal. And I will make a note. Okay. Technically contested by Fornax, but no real contest. +1 XP on completion. Okie doke. Okay. Now, like I said, if you are listening to this while you are driving in your car, pull over, because this is a sleepy time hazard. And I say this, I literally fell asleep while I was listening to this the day it was sent in to me. Like I literally, it was quite late at night and I got it and I was like, oh cool, Democratic mandate announcement. And I started listening to it and I kind of nodded off and had to listen to it again. And it's only 2 minutes long. So get ready to be soothed as fuck.
Welcome back to Nobles of Nine. That musical interlude was performed for you by the Court of Elysium Concert Orchestra. And I have to say, wasn't that fantastic? And speaking of fantastic, we're still working our way through all of your letters sent to us over the Cruxmas period. This next one comes from Lindsay, who writes, I was aghast to discover that one of my serfs, Lindsay doesn't remember which one, but one of my serfs was going to be unable to afford both food and shelter for her family over the Cruxmas period. So Lindsay did a little bit of digging and found out that this particular serf really likes the occasional bit of fizzy cheese. Now, Lindsay, you could have stopped at that, but no. Lindsay goes on, saying, I actually went down to the local supermarché myself and picked up myself a month's worth supply of eggnog-flavoured fizzy cheese. Well, Lindsay, I bet that was quite the unexpected gift. And Lindsay, because of your noble actions, we've decided to grant you, your serf, and both of your families' places at our latest USET campus. Now, you can't say fairer than that, can you, Lindsay? And if you are that surf that got bought a month's worth supply of eggnog flavoured fizzy cheese during your hour of need, then why not get in touch and let us know how it tasted? Coming up next, we ask whether keeping House Eridanos in the black is actually putting your Kia in the red. But first, over to your local Prism network for the shipping forecasts in your area.
It's so good. I love it so much. And so that was the voice of P.E. Price. And it's not just the voice, right? It's not just like the kind of quiet English grandpa voice. It's the inflection, right? It's the pausing that makes it feel like, literally listening to it, it felt like I listened to a lot of the BBC with my great grandmother when I was like very little, and it reminds me of that. It reminds me of sitting with my great grandma, sitting in her lap, listening to some boring Englishman talk about some village that I've never heard of, and just like nodding off sleepily. Yeah, right. And then those little asides, like that one where he said, he's like, she doesn't remember which one, but that's all right. This kind of very quiet, like gentle. Oh, it's so good. Very nicely done. It captures a very specific vibe. I also like that there's a dig at a noble being stupid in it too, where it was like, there's a noble who discovers that one of her serfs can't afford food. And so she solves the problem by buying them a month's supply of eggnog fizzy cheese. Like, that's not food, you fucking idiot. It's so good. It's such a nice little, yeah, it manages to be both very on brand for what they're attempting to replicate, and then also it's also a nice jab at the dumb noble that fell for it. Yeah, very good. Very, very nice. Thank you, Democratic Mandate. I had a chance to gush in private, and I'm happy to gush in public about how much I like those. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah, these are great. All right. Okay, let's continue on. We got a few more to do. Coming in at lucky number 13 again. And I feel so bad because it's been like 12, 13 for a while. House Lyra, it is your turn. Right. Fizzy cheese is food, registered trademark. I don't know that I would say it's food, lowercase f. Fizzy cheese. It's certified as technically food. Yep. There is a, God, what is it? There's a local brand. It's either Safeway or London Drugs or something. One of these little, like, these stores that has a food group called Simply Food. That's the name of the brand, is Simply Food. Yeah. So it reminds me of that. Okay. House Lyra. Let's do your turn for you. Okay. So House Lyra is going to take the new goal, Peaceable Kingdom. Okay. So let's record that. And they're also going to gain 4 FAC creds. There we go. Okay. It's food. Yeah. I think it's supposed to make people think it's like uncomplicated and not like from a branding perspective, the reason you would call something simply food, even though it sounds like silly, is I guess the idea is you're supposed to think like everything else is food with like additives and preservatives. This is simply food, but it also comes across as being really stupid. Yeah, it's not a good brand. I don't think it's a successful branding exercise at all, but what do I know? What do I know? I was only in advertising for 10 years. All right. So Lyra, you're going to get your faction credits, bring you up to 21. And I'm going to mark here your progress. Peaceable Kingdom, you are at 1 of 4, right? PK is 4. Okay. And then let's take your action. You're going to buy an asset and then do some moves. So here we go. Right. Safeway's brand is compliments. That's right. Okay. All right. A party machine on Atasina. And then we're going to move those smugglers. So House Lyra, party machine on Atasina. All right. They got summoning sickness for the next few minutes. Okay. and that costs 8. And then I'm actually going to charge you 1 more for your move, and then we'll do the move. So -9 puts you at 12, I think. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. And then you move your smugglers to Navette. Okay, let's do that. House Lyra, my poetic love. Let's move you. Here we go. Smugglers, and these are the smugglers from Cabina to Navette. Here we go. Okay. Nice. Okay. And it would not be a House Lyra turn without a poem. As we proceed to give you what you need, all Lyrans rise together. Eridani, stand firm as we proceed to give you what you need. Acti of show separates the weak and the obsolete, builds art up from our planet's streets, shows on now the new true Acti scene. Line up, behold, for the art here's clean. Standing firm, houses Lyra and Eridanus bring forth the Acti of show, providing a home for all proper cultural endeavors across the empire. All true artists seeking to elevate their craft are encouraged to contact the Acti of show for more information. Cool. I don't know what the Acti of show is, but it sounds cool. I guess it's a home for proper cultural endeavors across the empire. Also, I was tempted to give that in a much more beat poetry. You want me to try to give it in beat form? Do you want me to do another? You want that? Get your snapping fingers ready. All right, here we go. I'll do it in beat mode. As we proceed to give you what you need, all Lyrans rise together. Eridani, stand firm. As we proceed to give you what you need. Acti of show separates the weak and the obsolete, builds art up from our planet streets, shows on now the new true Acti scene. Line up, behold, for the art here's clean. Yeah. Yep. I mean, the funny thing is that's not really the way that you would do like beat poetry. It's just me doing a mimicry of beat poetry using their verse. Like there's a reason why the pauses are where they need to be. Like, yeah, I obviously like without stop pauses, you can read it any way you want, but those are my two interpretations. Beat poem version, not beat poem version. You get it twice. All right. Thank you, Lyra, for your orders and your poetry. All right. Coming up next, the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. We got number 14. So, pre-turn business, they're going to set their goal. Federation of the Upright Vagrant, they are going to expand their influence. Okay. Set goal is expand influence. And then let's give them 9 faction credits. All right. So the Lyran announcement was based on Who Shot You. Nice. It's a good song. I'm not going to try to rap it because I am no Biggie Smalls. I don't know if you can tell. All right. So let's see. Your income is, or sorry, not 9. Your income is 4, bringing you up to 15. There we go. Okay. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong. Hold on, I read the wrong one. Vagrant's not setting their goal. Yeah, that's why I made that mistake. They're not expanding their influence. That is Trilliant Ring. We'll get there. Yeah, I'm just a little smalls. Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. So, Vagrant. Let's get you set up. Ironically enough, Vagrant is indeed expanding their influence. Yeah, you are, but so is Trilliant. That's why I got confused. Okay, so they're just going to build a base of influence on Pyrus 23. So Nobody is there. Literally nobody on Pyrrhus 23 except for the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. So let's go and give them their base and we'll go from there. You know, the thing I like about the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant is that they don't care about things like whether or not a planet is worth anything. They don't care about PCVI. They accept you for who you are, whether you're a cannibal, or you eat human flesh, or you like the barbecued taste of long pork. Any of those things, whoever you are, you're welcome in the Confederation of the Upright Vagrant. Or you're a cat girl, I guess. That's also valid. All right, so this is a 1 HP BOI. There is hella nobody here to attempt to stop them. And we are good. Yeah, that's right. The Confederation of the Upright Vagrant, they can make it work. So where is that? Where is that place? What system? It's Bergen. Oh, it's the other planet in the bottom corner. It is a... Wow. Tech level 0, tyranny, heavy mining. Oh, wow. So Pyrrhus 23 is like a slave mining colony? Damn. Temperate, thick atmosphere. Oh, they probably mine. It's like a sulfur mine full of, Stone Age. Wow. That's intense. This planet sucks. Yeah. So it has microbial life. You have to wear a pressure mask. Hundreds of millions of inhabitants. It makes me think of, okay, so who watched Handmaid's Tale or who read the book? The colonies, right? Where they have to go and like mine and everybody's got like sores on their faces and cool. And there's a pirate demagogue on this planet that is now building. That's badass. Oh, I like that. Cool. Okay. All right. So they've got a base of influence there now on Pyrrhus 23. It costs them 1 faction credit, bring them down to 14. And they've completed their goal, giving them 1 experience point. All right. So complete goal, 1 XP. Okay, good. Now I don't have a vagrant. Let me just double check real quick. I don't think I have a vagrant announcement to make. Just double checking because the announcements are cool. I want to make sure I don't skip anybody. Let's see. Where's my order list here? It does not look like it. Cool. Okay. Great. Yeah, TL0 pressure masks. They can't make them themselves. They have to get them from somewhere else. Yeah, God, that planet sucks. I would not want to live there. No, thank you. Okay. All right. And then next up and closing us out, the Trilliant Ring. All right. Trilliant Ring. Let's see what they are getting up to. So Trilliant Ring is number 15 on the order. They are going to expand influence. Let's give them their money and let them do it. So Trilliant Ring. Expand influence. 18 fat creds. They are going to build. And they're going to move. Okay. So 1 HP base of influence for the Trilliant Ring. Okay. And this base they are building is on Koche. And they are going to build it uncontested. Yeah, uncontested by the deathless, who are the only valid contesters on this world. Okay. Cool. All right. So they get it. It costs them 1 faction credit, bringing them down to, where are you? Trilliant Ring down to 17. Okay. And they get their +1 XP. And they clear their goal. Okay. Spend influence, build 1 HP, base of influence on Koche for 1 XP. There we go. And then they are going to do some moving. They're going to move Hitman from Aomori, and they're going to move covert shipping from Navette to Heroa. So do those. Okay. So first of all, Trilliant Ring Hitman get moved from Aomori to let's see here. Oh yeah, I mean I can apply. I mean Summoning Sickness is about to be removed, but that's fine. Okay. And then yeah, sorry, where was I? Trilliant Ring. Massive wall of text. Here we go. Okay, Hitman. They are moving from Aomori to Cabochon in the Unon system. And they're going to move they're using their transit web on Trillion 9 to move covert shipping from Navette to Heroa. Covert shipping to Snake Planet. Okay. And their final balance should be 15, because that costs 2. All right. And I don't have an announcement from Trilliant. They are building things. And that is that. So before I finish up, let's go ahead and sort by status. And we're going to clear all of the summoning sickness. So, oops, that's not disabled. There we go. Okay. So all of these summoned assets, traded and otherwise, those are clear. Do I have something from Trilliant? Let me double check, because I don't have one recorded, but if I have one in my, let me see. Mordio, did you send me one? Oh, you know what? It might be because it's separate. Let me check the HTML, because it's a different doc. Let me see. Return business. Here it is. Yep. I got it. Thank you. Okay. So before we finish, Trilliant's announcement is our bounties have been of no use, sir. The Charybdis has outmaneuvered all local Cabochon headhunters. He appears to use high-tech cloaking to... I don't want to hear your excuses. If you can't handle a single rebellious nuisance, maybe I should find someone who can. See yourself out. As Mr. Middle Management leaves, the executive takes a long drag of his cigar and then says to the empty room, I guess it's time to call in the big guns. He presses the intercom. Get Aomori on the phone. What do you mean we don't have inter-system communication yet? Just get in contact with House Reticulum now. And that's the announcement. Yep. There you go. Yes. And yeah, I think we'll leave. We've talked about this. Foxy Owl brings up a good point, and this kind of rolls right back into kind of what's going on in the background of the turn. So let me just close this up. The turn itself is done. But so what's going on in the background? If you haven't had a chance to tune in to the streams or you've missed any of that stuff, here's kind of what's going on right now. So the Mechanisms Council, blessed in their patience, the Mechanisms Council is working on finishing up the first batch of feedback on the goals system, the new goals system. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give them a bunch more time. I'm going to ask them a bunch of questions and kind of engage with them over the course of the next month to get the goals system squared away, right? Get that all figured out. Then we'll do another stream or 2 or 3. We'll do some streams and we'll sit down and I'll go over all the playtests, all the feedback that they gave me, and I will update it to a new version. We'll do another round of feedback and then we'll execute on the new goal stuff, right? Because there's still some gaps. There's some things I want to add. I want to make sure I get feedback, get all that sorted out. So we'll sand off all the bumps. So that's still in progress. So keep tuning in for that. I'll do as much of that public on the stream here as I can. And then for the other interfaction stuff we're working on, I already mentioned that there are a bunch of projects kind of up in the air right now. Seraph and I just finished working on something that we'll be able to announce. And then Crux, we have a contest that we're going to announce the official rules of, I think today or tomorrow, in the announcements channel. But basically, there's going to be a reward of faction credits for the winning proposal of a team that can hunt down and capture the PCs of Far Verona. So House Crux came to me and they said, here, we're going to put up some money and we want you to help us judge a bounty hunt. So they're going to be receiving, basically ideas about how to do that, and then I'm going to execute them in the game. And the winning idea gets 5 fact creds from House Crux. They get 5 fact creds, and I'm going to use their creation in a future episode of Verona to try to murder the PCs. So that is something we'll post all the official rules, how it's being judged, when those things are going to happen. That'll all be posted in the announcements channel on the Verona Discord server. Do they actually have to capture them? No. We're just getting like, you get 5 fact creds if your thing is submitted as the favorite. So we'll do that. I'll post all the official stuff, all the rules and what you have to do to put it together in the Discord, and you'll be able to grab that and take a look at it and work on it as a special project for this month. So that'll be fun, I think. And then there's a bunch of other little bits and pieces that are going, and we will go from there. If you have questions about the goals system or about influence or any of that stuff, Chun, I see your question. I don't know yet. As soon as I have an answer for you, I'll let you know. But if you want to find out more about that, tune in to the design streams, watch them in the VODs.
To the math squad.
Speaking of the VODs, thank you, Grungy. I promise all of the VODs, they're sub-locked for a limited amount of time, but there will be YouTube versions within a week. And also there are some enterprising members of the Discord server who've been transcribing them. So if you want to go and look at the transcripts of any of those, you can. Yeah. So that's it. That's the faction turn for this month. As always, thank you for your patience, for your creativity, for your endurance. Special thanks as always to Numbers for making that kick-ass map, for outro, and for the mods for helping me out all the time and taking care of stuff. If you are interested in getting involved in this big messy game and you have no idea what it is, go to patreon.com/roleplay. If you sign up for any level, join the Discord. There is a general channel where you can ask questions and figure out what faction you want to join, and then you can start helping build lore, creating cool stuff. I know, and let me just level with you for a minute. I know it's been several weeks since we've been able to do a live episode. Marcus was really sick. He spent some time in the hospital. We have PAX East. It's a show on the weekend, so sometimes it gets interrupted this way. I miss it too. I really, really want to keep playing. For me, it's a way to contextualize and show off all the hard work that you do. And so it feels sad for me to not be able to do it. But at the very least, I want you to know that, I'm watching the Discord server. I'm engaging with the various factions. I'm doing design stuff. Like I still care. For me, Verona is as much, if not more, the faction turn than it is just the show. I certainly spend more time thinking about and working on this than I do the actual game, right? Look at how much GM prep I've done versus how much design I've done and how many faction turns. So this stuff is super important to me, and again, feels a lot like the real show. So it sucks not being able to do our little 3-hour fanfic version of Verona, but I want you to know I still care about it. The episodes, like missing episodes, doesn't mean you don't have to be scared that the game is going to get shut down, right? If it ends up that JP and I decide that the show can't continue, right? If we do decide that it ends up going that way, then we'll talk about what it would look like for the faction turn. But my goal is to keep doing the faction turn and to keep playing it because it's fun and we're doing something cool and we're designing something brand new together. And I think that's really cool. So yeah, don't feel anxious about losing access to the faction turn because the show isn't going on. Like, yeah, feel bummed because that's how I feel too. But remember, this is a separate thing. And just because there aren't shows, I've had a couple of people ask like, are you going to cancel the faction turn? So yeah, don't worry. There'll be lots of transparency about that if that's something that's going to happen. But don't worry about it for now. I think this is a good point that came up in chat. I think if the opportunity arises to do a 1v1 thing with Verona, I would love to do a 3-hour one-on-one episode with Mark where we explore what it was like for Autumn before we met her, right? Maybe like Escape from House Eridanis. I could also do a 1v1 about the war against the synths, right? We could do the front lines and we could flash back to see what that's about. We could do a far history episode with Johnny. We could also do an episode with Haley. We could do a Prism movie set, right? So all of those are definitely possible and something that we could do. So yeah, definitely something I've been thinking about. And I know that since people's response to the Maharib one shot for Court of Swords was so popular, it's definitely something that I'd like to do. So yeah, definitely on my mind. Would Far Verona be a setting where you could possibly set other shows? I think, and this is just me spitballing, I think what I would do, here's what I would do, right? If we decided to end Far Verona and like straight up end it, not just do a season 3. If we decided to end Far Verona, what I would probably do is I would keep the Far Verona Discord server open. I would keep doing the faction turn, and I would say to JP, let me run a show in another universe. We do a Genesis show, we'd set it in another universe, and I would start a new faction turn. We would end Acheron Row. We would put together, I don't know, like I can't think of it, Shambhala Beta, right? We would do that, and ideally what it would be a brand new universe using the new faction turn version 2, right? And for that, it would be a complete rehaul, right? Fix the assets, fix the system, build a completely new faction turn game, and then do a show using that. So I imagine that it would be a thing that would happen in the future. So as long as Far Verona continues, this thing will continue attached to it. But if Far Verona is canceled, we'll keep doing this, and then I'll try to run another show in another universe using the Far Verona, the stuff that we learned from this one, and it would essentially be like a complete reset. We're never going to reset Acheron Row, as far as I'm concerned, because it's just we're too entrenched. But it would be essentially a Far Verona faction turn sequel with a brand new universe, brand new factions, etc. Right? So that would be the benefit of ending Far Verona and bringing it in, is that we would have this other thing. So yeah, right. I love the setting too, but there is an opportunity to do right Swan Song 3. So yeah, keep that in mind as a future possibility. Like honestly, we've been at this 2 years now, and if we get another year out of it, awesome. I would love to start a brand new faction turn with rules designed from the ground up. We've learned so much together. Yeah. So yeah, that's a thing I've been thinking about too. So yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, 2 months we hit two full years. Fascinating. Would it be a brand new server and everything with Far Verona kept in stasis? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. But yeah, it would definitely be one of those things where, every time I've been like, well, if we fix party machines, we have to fix everything else. And if we boost force, we have to fix everything else. So what I would likely do is just use Far Verona as a beta test environment and then create Shambhala Beta and create a new thing. Yeah, right? Redo movement entirely, like just fucking rebuild the whole thing from the base up. So when will the homebrew rules become the official rules of Stars Without Number? Well, that's a whole other thing, but we have talked about releasing the new version, like whatever version we do to make Shambhala Beta, I'd love to release that as its own PDF. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So anyway, we'll figure it out. It's a thing. I can't see this happening for a while yet. So we'll keep messing with this and we'll figure it out. And we'll go from there. But that's it. That's it for me. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you, Factions, for doing all the hard work that you do. As always, if you have a question, if you have concerns, if you are working on something that needs my attention, reach out to me. And Crux, Seraph, and Pixis, can you do me a favor? Hit me up through your rep and remind me that I owe you something. We need to publish that doc publish the rules for the bounty hunt, and we need to talk about your mystery. But that's it for me for now. I'm going to take a brief break and then come back and do some Zweihander GM prep at 5, which is in, Jesus, an hour and a half. All right, I'm going to go eat dinner. I'm going to feed my body. I will see you on the Discord server. Thank you for coming, everybody. Bye for now.